Welcome to Mosins Learn Lab, data lovers. Have you ever imported data from a system only to find messy names with word spaces and inconsistent capitalization? It is a common problem that every analyst faces, and today we are going to face the problem. In real life scenario, inconsistency in exported data are common and must be resolved before any meaningful analysis can take place. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn your messy data into clean, professional looking information using some of the Excel functions that you might have heard. So get ready to clean your data and boost your skills. Looking at the workbook, we have a data before us, and let's take this to be a data of staffs in our companies. And if you look at the data very well, you will discover that some of the list of these employees has irregular spacing and some inconsistent capitalization. That is to say that their names did not start with capital letter, and some typos or formatting errors. So, and the company asked us to fix the problem. So first of all, when you identify inconsistency in names, you have to fix the problem. And we have things that we call extra spaces that are at the beginning, end, or between names. We also have mixed case formatting. Yes, where maybe the beginning started with small letter, the surname might be in capital letter all throughout. And we also have a situation where all can be in capital letter or lowercase text. You understand? So we're going to fix such problem. So the first one, we are asked to eliminate unnecessary space from names. We should eliminate unnecessary space from names. So here we're going to use the trim function. Now the trim function removes all extra spaces from a text, so leaving only single spaces between words. Yes, what trim function does, it will just remove extra spaces from anything text or string, leaving only single space between words. Because when you check these names here, you may not even know that there are more than 2 spaces in each of the name. But when you now apply trim function, what it will do is it will take care of those double spacing as the case may be. Now the trim function remove what is called leading spaces. Leading spaces are the spaces at the beginning of a word. Yes, that's what leading spaces is. And we also have what we call trailing spaces. The trailing spaces are the spaces at the end of a word. And we have what we call extra spaces, which are between words. So all these 3 things are found in these names here. So the trim function will take care of it. So what you now do is you start with equality sign equals to trim, right? The role of your name, right? You close the bracket. You close the bracket. So this is now the trim of the first name there. So instead of to continue with other ones and all that, we just drag here, right? We drag to have other names. Is it okay? Okay. Now the next one said names written in upper cases. Name written in upper case. The uppercase function converts all letters in a text to uppercase. So we use what? Equality sign upper, right? Now this upper, you're not going to make use of this name here now. Remember, because this name has trailing spaces, extra spaces, and leading spaces. So the one you're going to make use of is what? The one that you have trimmed, which is this column E, right? So you close the bracket. You see, all are in uppercase. They are all in capital letter. That's what I mean. So you also drag to the end. Every other ones will follow suit. Now the next one is names written in lower case. Name written in lower case. Now this lower case, we are going to make use of lower function. So what the lower function does is it will convert all letters in the text to a lower case. It will convert all text to a lower case. So equality sign lower. Now this lower, you are not going to make use of what? The trailing column. No. So what you use is what? The one in uppercase. The one in uppercase. So which is what? F6, right? You close the bracket, hit enter. You see it? They are all in what? Lower case. Now the next one says names properly entered. Now, how do you write this thing if you're an analyst and you're given pen to do it? I believe the first name will start with capital letter, right? Good. Now, that is where you apply. Okay, here. So we drag for others. So that is what you do here. They said name properly entered. How is the name supposed to be? How is it supposed to appear in your file as an analyst? So that's what we'll be doing here. Now for us to handle this, you use the proper function. Now the proper function capitalize the first letter of each word and convert all other letters to the lower case. It will capitalize the first name and it will capitalize on the surname, and others will be what? Small letter. So equality, right? Proper. Now in this proper, now you are making use of what? This one, the name in lower case. G6. Right? That's how the name is supposed to be. You drag down. Right? Now the next one says what? Names properly entered and trimmed. Name properly entered and trimmed. Okay. Before we can be able to handle this, there are two things they're asking in one. They want the name to be properly entered, and they also want you to trim the name. So now we are going to perform multiple cleaning action in a single step. That's what they are trying to say. And for us to do that, we are going to use a function known as, we're going to do what is called nesting. Yes. So next it means placing one function inside another. Placing one function inside another. That's using two functions to do one thing, to get one result. So the goal is to get a name that is both what properly cased and that is free from what extra spaces in one go. So remember our original data in column B. Our original data here in this column B. This is our column B. So remember the original data in this column. And you know that this data is what? Is messy, right? So we want to correct it at once. So we can combine the proper and the trim function. So to eliminate extra spaces and format the names in title cases in one step, we need to nest the trim function inside the proper function. Do you understand? So see what we do now. Here we do equals to, right? Now I will show you the both two ways you can do it, but let's first do it in the normal way based on how the question is asked. Proper, right? Trimmed, right? So the data we're going to make use of is what our original data, which is P6, right? We close the first one bracket and also close the second bracket. Do you see it? You see, the two things has been done here. Now, if you don't want to start with proper, you can do it the other way around, which is what you can say equals to trim, right? You will still get the same thing. Proper P6, close the first bracket, close the second bracket, enter. You still get the same thing. But because of how the question was asked, they didn't say names trim and properly entered, no. So they said names properly entered. That's why I have to use proper first. So don't be confused. Then trim P6, close the first one, close the second one. So here now I will drag, right? So that no need of doing for the other ones. So how this thing works is Excel will first execute the inner function. You know the inner function here is trim. Yes, so it takes the original name from this P6. So it will remove anything extra spaces. Now the result of the trim function is then passed to the outer function. The outer function is this proper function here. So what this proper function does is it will convert it into proper case. So the proper case is the first name starting with capital letter and the surname. You understand? So this will now give the perfect clean name in a single formula. That's what I mean by nesting. Now there is another one. The last thing we ask is company names properly entered. Now as we shifted this thing now, we discovered that even our original data, the company, the salary, we are not seeing it. So it means anything I want to do here, either I keep scrolling to the left, or I'll just take note of what the column that is for company. So you discover is hectic because you might even have more than 100 heading that you cannot even remember the column name. So I'm going to show you something you just do so that you can easily see what you are doing. So since we are interested in what? We are interested in company, which is C, right? Column C. Now we come to your salary column, come to view, you see freeze panes, click on it, freeze. So you see, so as you are now shifting, the data you're interested is what? Constant, which is what? Company. So what I will now do here, they said company name properly enter, so equality proper, right? Company, and I'll close the bracket, enter. This is how it should be, right? You get it? Good. So just drop a comment if you have faced similar issues with imported data, and if you want to learn more Excel tricks, you know what to do. Just like, subscribe, and share to someone who wants to master Excel class. God bless you.